I'm gonna be Wilson again. It's like, Heidi ho, neighborino. Make this one with a pair of underwear I have. And then there's a Hello Kitty poking her head out of one of them. It's super silly and super adorable at the same time. Oh, the cat has taken over my spot. Hey, Gabby. Yeah. Hi, honey. I'm here, I swear. That's what I get for not being fully prepped before I come over. I was over in the other section getting everything ready. Hey, Draconic! Hey, guys. Hope you're all doing okay. I'm a little all over the place. As you can see with the title, we are only a month, less than a month away from H+H in Chicago. I'm a little, trying not to be frazzled. It's been a day. My boot broke. I was very upsetty spaghetti about that, and we were at the mall, so I tried to shop for some shoes. Get my music going again. Trying to shop for some shoes, and I will tell you what, it is not easy being a big old curvaceous woman. I think I like shoe shopping almost as badly as clothes shopping, because you know it's change of season and boots are on their way out, so anything that I find that I like that's cute, they don't have any other size. It's just that one and that's it. And they're all for skinny legs. They're all for like less than a month already. I know. Draconic, I'm in so much trouble. it's you know, I have this really bad habit of making more work for myself. And that's actually something that we need to sit down and talk about and kind of figure out how we're gonna go about doing things, cause boy howdy, is there a lot to do. How are you, Draconic? Let's talk about something happy and positive. How are you, my friend? No, I don't believe that. No, not me. Not little old me. Oh, I be good. How you be? I'm fantastic. I had my CBD gummy, and I'm having coffee, which I was thinking about the other day. Is it a little contradicting and a little counterintuitive to take a gummy CBD that's like kind of not a downer, but like supposed to relax me and like de-stress me, but then I'm drinking coffee, caffeinated coffee, that is supposed to wake me up and can be an adjutant? Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I think that's the key of it. So chat, for those of you who don't know, Oshemi got me into playing Helldivers. And Draconic is one of the people that we're trying to get into the rotation to be able to do some dives with. And I did my first dive last night, my first 2 missions. You'd be proud of me. You'd be very proud of me, Draconic. They dropped me into the robots, the automatons. It's addictive. I'm not really one for a shooter game. You know me. I'd rather play something kind of relaxed. You know, I'm for survival and cozy games and that kind of thing. Shooter games, not really my thing. I'm not really a good aim. I'm not really good at being stealthy. You know, it's not really my thing. But I decided to play for Oshemi because, you know, he needs a little decompressing time too, and he really has been wanting to play this game, and he's been playing, and he's enjoyed it, and he wanted me to come play. So I did. I did pretty well. Oshemi dropped in. It's my first mission, right? It's super easy mission. He does one of his charges or whatever it's called that, like, blows everything up. And he blows himself and Leo up. He blows them up. First thing he does. Like, we're not even, like, in the depth of it. They blow up and there's 2 skulls on my screen. I'm like, and they're like, yeah, trial by fire, you've got this, go for it. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Sounds on par? Yeah, man, I tell you what, it really was on par. It's funny how that works. Yeah, so I ended up, like, not panicking, only a little panicking, and got them back, and we did a couple missions, and I did okay. I had pretty decent accuracy for me. I was happy. Yeah. It was just funny. Just really funny. So, Draconic, when can we play together? Like, when can we do some hell diving? I gotta know. I'm gonna add an element here. I believe I'm doing it right. I forgot that it does that like that. Let's see, does that work? Yeah, there we go. So, as you see, I just added a little doohickey. I am sponsored by Factor this month. And by this month, I mean for the next 15 days, because I've been so busy that I missed the first half of our sponsorship. So, if you want to click on the link in the About section, I would appreciate it. Actually, it's a really good sponsorship for me. We all know that I did HelloFresh like 2 months ago. And I had several people from the community reach out privately to me and express the customer service they got and the quality of their boxes and stuff like that. And I felt bad. So one of the viewers even clipped me apologizing for that shitty sponsorship, which makes me feel even worse, but it's like, I get it. I get it. So, somebody reached out and they're like, hey, have you tried Factor? They're doing a thing. You made it! Yay! I was telling Draconic about your epic failure. About blowing Leo and yourself up at first mission. It was fantastic. But, let me do my spiel. Now I'm gonna dive. For fuck's sake. But anyway, so I had people reach out and be like, hey, have you tried Factor? You know, and so I tried it with my family. They're already pre-made meals in the thing. You know, I'm trying to lose weight, so I went with some carb and calorie watch, and they're actually really good. Like, there's, like a cauliflower grits and, spinach chicken and that kind of thing. It's really good. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how the community likes it. And yeah, it's up to 50 people can, you know, click on the link and subscribe and all that. And honestly, if half of the people that are for the sponsorship do, it would pay for my trip to H+H, which, you know, that's always an investment. So that's just the thing. So we're gonna go ahead, next 15 days, it'll get us through most of April, try and raise some funding for H+H, try and get that going, and, you know, try and do that, because, you know, we still have that Twitch goal right there, trying to fund H+H. we're gonna get to H+H no matter what. It's just a matter of whether or not I get to eat. I mean, I could afford not to eat, so I'm not too worried about it. Honestly, as long as I know ahead of time, I can do things to not screw up my sleep. It's why I have no problems during D&D so late. I've usually already made preparations, so I don't feel like shit for it. See, you're so smart. How are you so smart? Like, Oshemi and I don't do that. We stay up till midnight, 1 o'clock every night almost. And then I feel like shit the next morning and trying not to fall asleep. But it's just like this cycle that I keep doing. And honestly, when we sit down, we're gonna go over to the cutting table here in a minute and talk about, oh, is my monitor not working over there? For fuck's sake. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to get on my fucking ass and, sorry, I'm cussing a lot tonight. I'm gonna have to bleep, 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 and unplug it and replug it in and try and get it to work. Because I can't stream over there if I can't talk to you guys. Like, that's no bueno. So, yeah, so, Draconic, we should figure out a night and do some hell diving. I don't know how your Thursdays look. That's, like, the only night right now that's free for me. Yeah, there's the Factor link, guys, if you guys want to click it. I'm all good. Work with heavy machinery sometimes at work. I have to be smart about my sleep. Yeah, that's true. You're true. I can see that. But yeah, Thursdays, let me know. Thursdays or Saturdays? Well, no, not Saturdays. It'd have to be Sundays, I guess. But Oshemi should not be diving right now. He should be programming because he's been complaining or, you know, expressing concern about how he only has 3 weeks left for this big program thing. And, I love giving him shit. I love him. No mental capacity to program? I can see that. I had no mental capacity to be awake. But here I am. Too tired to go shoot bots. I gotcha. That makes sense. Well, I guess I'm gonna get on my butt and try and fix the monitor. I guess I'll actually use my Be Right Back screen. Let's see if I can actually get this thing fixed. Oh my gosh. I'm too fat for this, guys. Like, my monitor or my tower should not be on the ground. This is not a good thing. I can never remember either which plug it actually is. Yeah. It's this one? Oh, it helps if I move my chair. Yeah. Oh. Fuck's sake. I guess I'm getting my exercise in tonight. Oh, not that one. That one? Well, for fuck's sake, why isn't it working? What is going on with this? Oh boy, oh boy. I didn't realize how much shit I had here on the ground. Still not working. Oh, Shami, I don't know what's going on with it. I've unplugged all the cables that I thought that I normally unplug to fix it. Didn't work. Yeah. Wrong over here? It's turning on now. Normally, when I unplug it and plug it back in, it just like automatically, see, look, there's no source coming to it. I know there's power to it. Shemi's coming in to save the day. It's not even monitor or registering on the monitor display settings. Hope the cable's not fried. Ooh. Okay, well that worked, whatever you did. You unplugged all of them?
You unplugged the wrong.
What do you mean? I unplugged the wrong cable. I always unplug those cables. Oh, well, fuck. Well, it works now. I tell you what, guys. I swear sometimes I feel very computer illiterate. But other times, I feel like a ninny. Alright, there we go. Now that my computer's all whacked, let's fix it a little. There we go. It's kind of sucking needing to schedule things like that, but time zones tend to do that. Yeah, and Thursdays are alright for me. That's when my other D&D group meets anyway. Well, I don't want to meet when your other D&D group meets. That would suck. That coffee's so good. The printer's finally done. I think it printed all the things I needed. So, tonight, oh my god, my hair looks like a freaking mess, I tell ya. Tonight, we are going to be working on H+H Convention prep. So what does that mean? That means that we need to sit down and kind of do like a reverse calendar of everything that needs to get done before I leave. And we need to figure out, or I need to figure out, and you guys can help me, how and when I'm going to find all the time to get these things done. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go over to the hand sewing. That is definitely the wrong setup. There we go. And of course I got to reset the Hudley. Guys, I love my setup, but at the same time, my setup is so aggravating when I have to always, like, reset it. Okay, do that. I mean, the Hudley's a nice camera. It's very high definition. But damn. Okay, let's come in. Come right in about there. I think that should be good. And I think that should be actually the right orientation for it. Alright. Let me get my other mic on and we'll head on over. Doobie doobie doo. See, testing. There we go. I got a new battery in this and everything. It might hear a little static as I get in my butt. There you go. Okay. Get our light on. Gotta have light. I'm gonna grab the packet. We worked on some of this quite a bit ago. And so I'm trying to get all that together. Am I out of paper? Did it actually finish printing? Yeah, it actually finished printing. Okay, good. I was worried I didn't put enough in. That was what I was concerned about. Because there's a lot to this. Oh my gosh, did it print double-sided? It did. Son of a monkey's uncle, I swear to goodness gracious. I was like wondering why it didn't print as many papers as it needed. I'm like, oh. Just means I'm gonna have to like re-put it or reprint it. Because I had done a project that needed both sides. I can actually show you guys. I made a trifold advertisement for the show. Right there. So I made a trifold. So it unfolds. Look, I'm super professional. This was just a test because I'm going to send it off to the printer to have it professionally printed. But yeah, I'm professional. So I can actually like hand brochures out of my work. Isn't that cool? And it's actually all my work. I think that's really neat. I'm super professional now. I'm legit because I have this. All right, let me grab. There it is. Make sure that's all working. All right. And I need a pen. And I don't think I have a pencil, but that's okay. All right. I'm gonna have to turn that music down a little bit. I think is that a little loud for you guys? I feel like a mom trying to take care of the kids, like, honey, is that cookie warm enough for you? Let me know if that's too quiet now. It's just like when I can't hear myself talk, then I know it's a problem. So, H+H, okay? We're going to make our to-do list. We're going to be super professional here. Need to move these. These are bindings. I made this. This is binding that was for, I'm sure you remembered Foots, Draconic. But this binding was on the quote I made for him for the fuck cancer quote. I was taking pictures and kind of cleaning things up the other day and I found that. And I totally didn't cry like a little baby and message Ven like a little baby going, "Wow, your community means so much to me." Because it does. I don't need to be a blubbering baby about it. You think I can turn it up? Okay. Let me know if that's good. That feels good in my ear. So. It's got some good, like, samba to it kind of thing. Alright. So. Tipsy T, H+H, let's go ahead and get our booties going on marking this stuff up. Oh, I do have a pencil. Look at that. Past me actually loves me. Present me, future me. Alright. So, let's see how this... I haven't used this pen in a while, so it's not very happy with me. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Get the big Sharpie out. H and H Americas. Okay. We are at April 1st right now. And I posted, you guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, I've been posting stream schedules and all that. So that's probably the best place to check if you're not part of the Discord already. But I have 12 streams before I leave.
And that's not a lot. I regret not getting to know Ven's dad more. He's one of those people I always wanted to reach out to, but never did. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to get into it tonight because I don't want to cry, but ask me about it another time and I'll tell you about Foots. Because I met him through Dark Sub RP back before a lot of us got over to Dark Side normal RP. And he really meant a lot. He had a big impact on quite a few of us, myself included. So, yeah, I'll tell you about it sometime, but I'm not crying tonight. As clippable as that happy thing is, I'm not crying tonight. And I'm actually going to go get my coffee so I don't cry about not having coffee. Alright. Do you guys like the new background? I set up a whole new background the other day. I actually applied for the FedEx Small Business Grant to try and get some more funding coming in for all the things that have to happen this year. So, yeah, fingers crossed. I'll find out May 16th. You know, thousands upon tens of thousands of people apply for the FedEx Small Business Grant. And there's like a grand grant prize of $50,000. And then 9 other grants of $20,000 each. And that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And it would be really nice to even get like a fraction of that to try and buy inventory and stock up and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, let's put that good energy out there for us, right? All right, H+H. So, we're at April 1st today. I fly out April 29th. April 29th. I fly out. And the 27th is pretty much a no-go because I'm getting my hair done. Because I have to do something with this. Okay. So this is our little doohickey. What we need to do. Let's pull out a sheet for to-dos first. We've got to be smart about this, right? Okay. Here we go. Yeah. So. To-dos. Okay? I say okay a lot because I'm nervous and I'm anxious about everything. Thing to do for H+H. We gotta finish Tipsy Tea. Okay, so we're putting that on there. Luke thinks I'm crazy, and I am, and that's okay. Finish Tipsy Tea. Okay. And that, we have that sitting, this container right here, this container has every single English paper piecing unit for Tipsy Tea. That means there are 657, something like that, over 650 of these thirds in this box. There is 92 or 94 of these 2-inch hexagons in this box. I have to make 84 of these. Okay? I have to make 84 of these. I have to make 12 units that are like missing 2 on one side and 2 on another for the borders. And I finished these halfers. These halfers are going to go around one of the applique units. So there's that. Okay? How many do I have done? Sandrasa, you've got to be almost done with it. You've been working on it for over a year now. You think that, kind chat. My wonderful chat who is so supportive. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 20 units done out of 84. working on that one. That's a lot. That's a lot to do. So we're going to go ahead and say 20 out of 84 units. So that's just the EPP, right? Then we have the applique. And you guys remember from past streams that we have done that we're doing 8-inch blocks, right? We're doing we're doing 8-inch blocks that fit down into 3.5-inch hexagons. And those are our large hexagons, right? We have to do all of that, plus the big boy here. Now, do I think I'm going to get this entire quilt done? No. Because not only do I have to hand sew all of the units together, and then put all the units together to make the quilt, and do all the applique, and the thread sketching, and I have to quilt it, and bind it, and all that other stuff. Do I think I'm going to get it done? No. I'm going to try, but realistically, no, I'm probably not. What I am going to try and do is do this applique scene and do the framing enough so that I can take a picture and it looks like it's done. If I can do that, then I think I'll be okay, because then I can, you know, print this pattern out in an actual booklet and have it for H+H. That would be nice, right? Will that happen? Maybe not. It has to happen before May 14th because that's when we're launching this for sure. But this is what I'm kind of pushing for H+H because it's such a big project that I've been working on and you guys have been watching me work on for over a year now. You know, this all started from a sew-along that somebody wanted to do way back like 2 or 3 years ago, and I didn't because it felt rushed and incomplete, and then we did the studio. So we're almost done. We're almost to the cross line with that. Plus, there is an opportunity with this beautiful project at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. They are doing an event in their conservatory called Tulips and Tea. And it's these huge, giant, kind of like Rose Parade size plants and visuals that are tea and cups and women having tea and all this. It's beautiful, it's magical, it's whimsical. It would be the perfect place to take photos for this, right? And I have reached out to the Bellagio and they sent me a form for influencers to fill out and all that other stuff because I'm trying to get my rooms comped. Because the show is only, like the event is only happening until May 15th. So I would have to get home from H+H and then fly out to the Bellagio and take photos and then come home. I don't know how likely that is. Probably not. But you know what? If you don't put yourself out there and if you don't try, it'll never happen, right? So we're giving it a go. We're giving it a go. So that's that project. All right. So I'm gonna put subtext, H+H and Bellagio. I know I spelled it wrong. It's okay. I accept my spelling errors. Okay. So that's Tipsy Tea. Another project that we've got to focus on is Tea to Go. Tea to Go is a sidekick project that goes with this, and it goes on a bag. We're making a cover to go on a bag. It's really cute. I don't know where the panel is right now. I almost have it done. I have all the hexagons sewn together. I have all the applique done. I just have to put binding on it and sew it to the front of the bag and it's done. So that's almost done. So I'm going to put sew panel onto bag. And then we have to take photos. Print pattern. Okay? So we got that. Next on the to-do list. This is the part where Oshemi and Draconic are probably going to yell at me for putting too much stuff together and not having enough time. So, the amazing company that sent me this beautiful iron that you guys see me doing on the reels and using on stream, it's an Oliso. It's a smart iron. You see this little guy and this little guy? When it's plugged in and I touch it, it sinks in, and then when I let go, it pumps out. It's a smart iron. It is mwah, muy bueno. Okay? I am going to be doing a demo at their booth at H+H. Not just a demo, though. Not just a demo. I'm doing a make and take. I've never done a make and take before. That should be interesting. What we got to do for the make and take, and I'm gonna put that here because we have to make and take for Oliso. So we have to prep. I'm gonna say 50. I'm gonna aim for 50. 50 bags. Okay. What needs to be in those bags? We need to have EPP. We've got to have some heat and bond. We need to have a 1-page pattern. So the front will be, it'll go in the bag, kind of like how we have the patterns hanging up, right? And so this will be the size bag I'm using. And I'm going to have a page that's stuck in. And we're going to have the front be like a picture of the project. And then the back will be all the instructions, right? Of just how to put it together and all the things that have to go. And what I'm going to make is I'm going to take this unit. And I'm going to make a mug rug. You guys know me and my mug rugs, right? I'm going to do a mug rug. So there'll be 6 of these units and then a 2-inch. But in this 2-inch, we're going to do a tea bag applique. And it's going to be its own standalone project to go with Tipsy Tea. So it'll advertise Tipsy Tea. It'll be its own thing. People will be able to take it with them. I need to reach out to a fabric company and the people who do the heat and bond, which is like the things I use for the raw edge, and see if they want to sponsor and put stuff in and, you know, supply fabric and things. That would be really nice. I'm also going to have to probably find a needle company, and that way the hand needles, I don't know. It may be one of those things where not everything's included, right? Because I'm thinking maybe of doing this and then doing a 3-inch hexagon on the back. That way you can kind of reverse it, pillow it out kind of thing. I think that's what I'll do. I think that'll be the easiest. So I have to have that ready and prepped, along with advertisements for Tipsy Tea in it, because the point at the industry show, it's an industry convention, is I want shops to take it home, check it out, and, you know, be able to do it. I need to reach out to fabric companies. If not, I've got 2-inch strips, 2.5-inch strips that I'm not going to use because it's not my cup of tea. So I can chop it and have that as the insert. So I'm not out any money because I'm not going out and buying anything. I don't want to use like my favorite stuff. I just want to use nice stuff that people are actually going to be excited that they got in the kit and be able to do stuff. Okay. So that's that. On top of that, not that I need anything else to do, but I'm also making Oliso an iron bag. And what do I mean by iron bag? Well, hold on, I'll go get it. Go into the other side of the studio. over to the dark side. I know I have these other units, and I tried really hard at one point to actually clean the studio up over here. And I got about halfway through, and then it was time for the family to come out. And so it was like, oh, well, shoving everything back over. Tough shit, I guess. What did I come over here for? The iron bag. Where did I put the iron bag? Here it is. So, let me bring this over. Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. So normally, the last bag I did, that list is looking, yeah, it's sweaty. It's a sweaty list. It's a sweaty list, Draconic. Hey, Draconic, you want to learn how to hand sew and help me sew everything? So, iron bag. So this is an iron bag for Alysso. This is their large bag. I made a bag for them for market, but it was the small bag, which is like a fifth the size. Maybe not that dramatic, but this bag fits this iron. Okay? Following me? So my thinking is, since it's such a large bag, I think it's actually perfect for the kind of units that this project is. And I had some other made up hexagons, but we'll just use the ones I'm using right now. So the thought is we have this beautiful, it's wool, but taking these hexagons and sewing them, so this would get like cut off and trimmed. I would probably make a panel. Actually, I don't know if I'd make a panel or if I'd just hand sew it on like this. Because I think that would be fun for it coming up to the tip maybe or something. So I'd have like the hexagons, and we'd have other units kind of coming in, you know, that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and just put that here. And just kind of have like a tumbling effect. You know, and just kind of figure it out a little bit and kind of just have a little fun. Hey! Asking for a friend. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. But doing something like that, I think would be cool. And maybe doing another hexagon or leaving that blank and kind of just going like this. Don't want to add that one. Let's try maybe this one. So kind of just filling it in. But we have two sides and a top, right? So I want to do something here. And we'll probably do some more hexagons along the top that we sew. And then on the other side, we'll do something similar, but we'll probably like offset this one here and then do a big applique hexie, like in the center. And then fill around with hexagon, or yeah, hexagon units and come down. Because I think that would be cool. Just cooling down your science experiment. Ooh, I love science. What kind of science experiment are you doing? And is it for school or for work? I'm always curious about that. I actually have, my ex-husband is a biochemist who's a pharmacist now. And I have a friend, a quilty friend, who actually is a biochemist at a university in Canada. So, I like science. Oh. But yeah, so chemistry. Oh, I love chemistry. Did you know, guys, I confessed this to Jody when she was on for the Sprout interview, but I still have my very first periodic table sheet from high school with all my molecular formulas and the math behind like finding the weight of all of that stuff. Yeah. I still have it with all my notes written on it like a little nerd. I don't know why I'm so proud of that. I just really, I think that's pretty funny. I enjoy it. Where did I put this unit? Making salt from sodium and chlorine. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. I loved chemistry in high school. Really, truly did. But yeah, so that's the iron bag. What are you doing while you're waiting for your science project to cool down and making your salt? I should probably put that back over here. So we have to make an iron bag. But wait, that's not all. It's like such a terrible, like, infomercial. You guys remember how at the beginning of last month I kept the flip-flopping back with the leather jacket that I've got? I kept thinking, oh, well, I should do the octopus tentacles on the back and say sea witch. Oh, no, I should make something for Tipsy Tea. And I kept going back and forth. And I think I landed on making, because I have some of this already made into bigger panels, like this big. And I could easily sew that and kind of add a couple different elements to like enhance it and bring it around the front. And so I think that's what we're gonna do. And we'll do that on stream because I wanna make a video. And then you guys are probably gonna see me do more of that where I'm talking here and saying, hey YouTube, or hey Quilty Crew, you know, and we'll start recording. Because I know there's other streamers who do that, who make their content for YouTube during their live streams here. And you guys know if you ever want to find a live stream that we've done, you can find it over at YouTube. Over on my Art Quilts by Design YouTube page, you can find a whole playlist of Twitch streams. So, yeah, I joke with the other scientists, we only get to think, why did that go boom once? Yeah. Yeah, there's not a second chance for that one. There's no resurrection scroll for that. So then we have to make jacket. Okay? So that's our list so far. Now there's other like little things that I have to do, like I have to get the marketing stuff printed. I got my business cards printed. Those are ready to go. I got to go get my hair done. That appointment's scheduled. I have to go to the DMV. That's scheduled. What else do I got to do? Oh, I've got interviews. We are going to be live streaming again this year from H+H, right? We did that last year. I think I did 5 streams. We did a lot. There wasn't much downtime for me. So what we're going to do this time around is we're going to only do 3 live streams. But I've already got 2 people lined up for interviews. I've got Lyric and Susan Conch or Conch? I should probably check and see how that's pronounced. From the AVT, Academy for Virtual Teaching, and the Global Quilt Connection. They're going to be sitting down with me. That's one interview. And then I have Kate Colleran, who is a fabric designer and quilt designer. She's going to be sitting down. I've been working very closely with Kate on a super secret project that you guys can't know about yet. And I know that I show you guys all kinds of behind the scenes and stuff like that. But this project, I can't. It's too big of a deal. I'm working with one of the biggest publishers in the industry and a fabric company that's really well known to do a thing, and I'm really excited. But like the insert thing here is redacted, so you know you'll have to keep turning in and keep asking. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Draconic? Is that list? Do you think we have a doable list here? Oh, and this is a side note, side project. It's not to do with H+H, but on the side, a side of salt, we've got to do our temperature quilt. Because that needs to go out this month. I need to finish it up this week. I need to do the special thing that I'm going to do that's a twist, right? And then I got to ship it out. It's going to be in, I think it's called the Three Sisters Quilt Show. It's going to be in an actual show in Oregon, which is really cool because I'm a Maywood maker and we're doing that stuff. So, yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, and I should probably add there as a side is print Tipsy Tea. second Tipsy Tea pattern. Because I only have like a 2-week window. It's sizable, but it seems doable. I am so glad you're on board. I am so glad because Oshemi looks out for me, and he's very protective of my sanity, which there's not much left, you guys know. And he doesn't like me stressing out, and he doesn't want to see me working till 1 a.m. every night again, like I did with Pedal Dance. Because Pedal Dance, big boy, right? This, big boy. Probably going to be around the same price range too. Why do I do such big projects? Why do I do projects that don't make me as big of a profit margin as my little ones? Because I can. Because I want to. That's all that matters, is I want to do it. I mean, it also matters if, you know, I bankrupt myself because, you know, I put too much energy into this. But, Draconic, here's something to add to that makes this list go from manageable to, holy shit, Sandrasa, what the hell are you thinking? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Grab your drink, hold on to your buckle. Let me tell you about this. So, I'm doing this project, this Tipsy Tea. It's so fantastic. I'm so happy about it, right? What if I told you that I'm having a fabric designer make a panel, a fabric panel of this unit with these units with coordinating fabric? What if I told you that? What if I also told you that I'm also having acrylic templates with my branding and my logo on it made for this pattern? I'm going to call them thick. You still agree with Osh though? It does seem a bit much. I know I couldn't do it. I can't do it either, but I'm doing it anyway because we're not going to talk about it. So we have fabric. We have acrylic templates. What if I also told you, my good friend, that these 600, closer to 700 pieces, this box here of pieces, what if I told you that I worked with the industry leader for paper piecing and had a kit made up of all of these papers that I can buy at wholesale and sell to go with this pattern? That way you don't have to cut 700 pieces out of your cardstock that you printed on your computer or off your printer. And then, on top of that, what if I told you that the people who make these sew tights, right? These lovely little magnets here. What if I told you that I am in talks with them on having our own custom shaped, custom branded magnetics in 3 different strengths. One being a hexagon with the logo, the Sandrasa logo on it. One in a teal blue, that's a narwhal. And the third one is pink, and it's our Sandrasa berry. Now that one gets a little hard because the other ones I can manage. They're smaller bundles. Even like all of the paper pieces here, to buy 10 of the paper piece packets at wholesale for me to be able to sell is $400 to have 10 on staff, right, in inventory, right? So if it's $40 for me wholesale, it costs $80 for the consumer. But people pay it for these English paper piecing projects because it's a lot, and it's a lot on your hands. You already have a lot of hand sewing. The last thing a lot of people want to do is do all the cutting, okay? However, you know, I can order as many. There's no minimum for the paper packets. With the sew tights, there is a minimum order requirement. And that's like $8,000 to $10,000. That's where it like gets into the oh shit money. Like, I don't have that. How am I gonna do that? Let's figure that out. Cause, you know, Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot for this project. But you can see why I am working so hard to pump it up and advertise it to the show. Because if I can get enough interest in it, I can get enough wholesale orders of the pattern itself, then I can afford to do the other things and do that, right? And be able to make more money because I'm buying these things at wholesale to be able to sell to the consumers, right? Now, I could take out a business loan, right? And be able to afford all that. But I can't. I can't do a business loan. I've tried that. It sucks being me with that kind of thing. But Oshemi and I have done really good on bootstrapping. Bootstrapping our way through all of this. And you know what's funny? I was talking with Sheikah. There are colloquialisms that we say now that mean the complete opposite of what they meant back in the day. And pulling yourself up by the bootstraps is one of them. It used to literally mean you're doing something impossible, that you can't do it, right? You're doing something that you can't do. So now when we say this present day, oh, well, you just got to lift yourself up by the bootstraps. You're literally telling somebody to do something that's impossible. That, you know, intelligent people back in the day knew was impossible, and they used that saying as you're fucking stupid, this is impossible, right? I think that's funny. The other one is, of blood and water. And that one I always kind of get wrong, but it means like the opposite of what it is. Like, the blood of the covenant is stronger than the water of the womb. Saying that the family you choose is more important and stronger. Blood is thicker than water. That one. Blood is thicker than water. But the water of the womb. Than your family. So, yeah. I find it very interesting. Makes you think. But anyway, so my friend, that is the list. That is the to-dos for the month. I think I'm freaking crazy. In a good way. And I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm busy. I'm happy that I'm doing what I want to do and that I love, right? That's the important thing. So, otherwise I wouldn't be streaming. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing any of this, right? I'm doing what I love. That's what's important. That's why I'm so passionate about it. All right. So, we've got the list. Now, we kind of have to figure out the calendar. And I have no idea how to schedule any of this out. Because it's all hand sewing and it's all work, right? I think I first have to sit down. Let's see if I can get this to go. Email, sponsors. This pin is terrible. For make and take. Make and take. Then we have to list all baggy components. We have to write and design the page pattern. You're excited for you, but for the love of all that is holy, don't make lists like this a regular thing. You'll drive yourself crazy. Okay, listen, my friend. This is the only list that you have seen on stream. You don't want to see my other lists. You don't want to... Oh, and on the side, I also have to be writing a block of the month pattern. I have to write a block of the month recorded class outline. I also have to write a pillow pattern and so these two are related, and then I have to write the pillow recorded class, right? Those two are related. What else do I gotta do? Did you mention the OBS class? I did not. I also am doing an OBS workshop in 2 weeks. I've got to prep and practice the OBS workshop. Because the name of the game is diversifying your revenue for any small business aficionados. And that is one of the ways, because I get paid most of my money from that right there. Most of my money comes from workshops, not necessarily from patterns. And your statement still stands. How does the list look now? Totally not losing my mind. What am I forgetting, Osh? I feel like I'm forgetting something because I've been going through this stuff for a while now. Oh, I have to get ready all the social media stuff. Social media for the event. Social media for event. And something that got added to my list yesterday is I am doing an Instagram takeover in 2 weeks. Instagram takeover. Oh, and I should probably... I need to make mock-up for the templates. I need to get that out tomorrow. Do we need to get Osh a Nerf gun like Flynn had for Ven? What do you mean? What do you mean? He already wants to get the kiddo a Nerf gun and go pew pew pew. So I need to, tomorrow, April 2nd, I need to make Tipsy tea templates. Send to Lori. So I know I got to do that tomorrow. Yep. I'm tired already, and yeah. So excited. I honestly am really excited, but at the same time, it's a lot. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get, like, most of this stuff done. Like, the OBS stuff I need to do tomorrow. Deadly Mouse! Oh my goodness gracious, Gravy! My friend! How are you? How are you? How is school? Tell me. Are you on spring break? Is that why you're here? Because I know you've been very good. You have been very good about everything. Thank you for subscribing, my friend. That really, that makes a lot, means a lot to me. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've got so much to do. You're not on spring break. That was 2 weeks ago. Well, what the fuck are you doing here? You're supposed to be doing school things. How's school going? You're just busy to touch this darn desktop computer? Yeah. Just gonna get Osh one of those Nerf miniguns? No. No, 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 no. No. You do not get him minigun. He does not need the minigun. I do not need... Oh, and... Draconic, the Arc season's launching and all that, and Luke and I were looking at each other and like, you know, it would be very fun if Yomina and Mikhail could come back and have a little fun, huh? And fuck it around a little bit and drive everybody crazy. But then I look at my list and I'm like, oh, Yamina, you're going back up on the shelf. You're going back up on the shelf. You're just too busy touching this computer. Yeah. But how is school going, though? Are you doing all right? You keeping up on everything? You keeping your sanity? School is going swell. Struggling this week due to mental issues, but my teachers gave me extensions for my assignments. Well, that was really nice of them. I'm glad. I'm sorry to hear you're having trouble. Sorry. I hope you... I don't know if you're getting help or if you just needed a mental break. I feel like those are so important, especially during this cram time of your life. Even better, the Nerf minigun that has an option tripod to set it. No, I am a fat woman who cannot run. I will get completely loaded on before I even get to the stairs. Do not give Oshami a... Then again, he'll probably miss. He's not a very good shot. Don't tell him I said that, even though he's listening. He's actually a very good shot. He used to play with, like, Josh OG and people like that on Pub. Back when Pub was really big. So, like, I know he's really good. Just a mental break. It was a family issue I couldn't control. Yeah. Fuck, man. That sucks. Those are hard. But I'm glad to see you. I've missed you. This is supposed to be a heart. Chat, put the berry love in there. I had an emote made for a reason. I can't get to my mouse because I'm fat and lazy. But give Mouse all the love. Mouse has been a member of this community forever. Since Mouse was little and shouldn't have been on Twitch to begin with, Mouse has been in this community. So, I love you, Mouse. I hope you get better and things feel better really soon. You know, sometimes it's one of those things, because I struggle with that all the time. Not specifically what you're going through, but, you know, just with the mental health and depression and stuff like that. And owning it and knowing, hey, I'm going through this and it's okay. We don't talk about my age that time. Shh. Yeah, we don't want to get mouse banned. Damn it, this was a mature stream then, and it's still a mature stream now. Oh, I made everything shake. Ow, that kind of hurt. It'll be 7 years and 3 months. Holy fuck. Can you believe that? I can't believe I've been streaming for that long, to be honest. And look where I am. I'm still in the same spot. I'm still in the same spot, guys. I don't change. Yay! To be fair, like, if I could be more consistent, I probably would do a lot better, right? But I'm still happy. I'm happy that you guys come and hang out and chat with me, because I'd be doing all this shit anyway. I would just be alone and being like, oh. But here, like, I get to talk. You haven't done this in a long time? Oh my god, I still have that? Shit, I'm not doing member hexies anymore. I haven't done any member... That's how inactive this damn fucking community is with those hexies. They don't even miss the member hexies. But I'll make one just for you. You know? Of course you know. You know everything. I'm just fucking pleb. I need to go through and change all that up. I don't have... It's nostalgic. Yeah. You know, I might get to the point where I can actually start doing those again. And I actually learned a machine stitch that we could do. So we could do the member hexies, and it wouldn't take me 20 years to sew them all. And if we could do that, that would probably be the only way that I could bring member Hexies back. And not doing the fancy, like, twirly ones. Just doing the regular, like, 1-inch hexagons and just being done. Right? And doing the blooms. And then at Christmas time, you guys can go nuts and make your blooms grow and all that other stuff. But I miss it. I really, you know, you say it's nostalgic, and it does. Like, that was one of my favorite things. It used to take you 2 streams to add a hexie. You know what? If I didn't have to stop every 10 minutes to talk and bitch about something, I'd probably get done faster. Man. I have a little tray of purple hexies because I still have the Twitch hexie logo. I still have it over there. It's finished. The hexagon itself is finished. I just have to sew it onto the material, and then I can sew everybody's finished hexies on. So I actually am really close to having the hexie quilt done. And I'm really excited about it, honestly. But it's just a matter of getting around to it. I can't when I have something like this with all this list to do. It's so much. But I'll get it done. I just have to, like, focus. Today I had on the streaming list, like, we were going to work on applique. And I was going to have that. And then when I printed everything, it printed double-sided. So that makes it really hard to do any of my tracings. So I'm going to actually have to reprint all of this, which makes me very angry. Because there's at least 30 pages here. And that makes me sad. So, yeah. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. So what are you guys up to? How long have we've been going for an hour and a half. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, thank you Stream Elements for reminding me. You guys, click the link if you want. I'm doing Factor. It's a sponsorship. It's helping to pay for H+H, which is in a month. So if you want to support the channel, give it a click, check it out. Let me know what you think. Next stream on Wednesday, we'll do a little survey. We'll take a look at some of the meals, and we can do a little survey, and it helps fund a little bit more, you know, because it's like a bonus objective. So we can do that on Wednesday and figure that out. So, but I actually have been eating Factor. I actually do think it's great. I've been using it for the low carb. Where are you going? Oh, Shemi has left the building. I actually was at legal age when I started following you, unless they changed it to 13 years old within the past 7 years. It's been 13 forever. So maybe you were. I think it was because I had everything marked as a mature stream. Technically, you shouldn't have been in there. But, like, as far as Twitch rules and following, I think you were still legal. You were legal, mouse. Ah, that's so good. But yeah. So I'll have to sit down and I'll have to figure out how to pace all of this, because I still don't really know, honestly. You've heard about the Factor meals? I heard somebody talking about Factor meals. It was a YouTuber I watched. They were being sponsored, and I checked them out, and they actually are really good. You know what I think was my favorite thing about the Factor meals is that there's fish. Usually there's at least one fish meal, one salmon meal every week. And that's important to me because being in a landlocked state, it is so hard and it's so much more expensive to get fresh fish, right? And so the fish, I get delicious meals like peppered salmon with like broccoli. And the broccoli actually is good. I don't really like broccoli, but it's like a broccoli with like this tomato kind of seasoning and sauce on it. And I love cauliflower. I'm a big cauliflower fan. And there's always like a cauliflower rice or cauliflower grits or something like that. So it's a lot healthier. There's green beans too. My partner doesn't like green beans, so we've kind of stayed away from those. But there's good pork chop meals and all that kind of stuff. And it's already made. It's already made, and you just pop it in the microwave or in the oven. I do it in the oven because, you know, I've got at least 4 people that I'm serving at the same time. So it just heats it all at the same time. You didn't realize that? I never thought of that rarity of good fish for other states since my state is on the Gulf. Yeah, exactly. Well, and even when I lived in Pennsylvania, there was more fresh fish being shipped in from the East Coast. It was a shorter drive, a shorter flight. So there was still, even though we weren't right on the Gulf or on the coast, there was still a lot of fresh fish. So out here, most of the fish that I get is frozen. And it just doesn't taste the same, doesn't smell the same, so I don't really make fish as often. And if I do, I'm usually spending like $18 a pound on fish. And that's a lot of money when you've got a lot of mouths to feed and a very tight budget. So yeah, so check out Factor, let me know how you like it, and you know, we'll do a survey on Wednesday about the different types of meals being offered this week. And we can check those out and see which ones we like the best. Because I like that. I like doing things like Factor and HelloFresh and stuff like that because it opens my mind to new ways of doing things. Because like I wouldn't have thought of doing like a cauliflower grit with like a kind of like a Gouda cream sauce and stuff like that. It's so good. But yeah, so we've got all these English paper pieces that we gotta do. Because of the printing, and I'm not going to spend another 15-20 minutes waiting for my printer to try and print the pattern again for us to do the applique. We'll save the applique for Wednesday, and we will do some hand sewing. Because hand sewing always relaxes me, and it lets me read you guys and talk. You already use Factor for my work lunches. You love it? Nice! See? That is like so hard to do too, is, you know, Oshemi is, we'll be transparent here. Oshemi is diabetic now. And trying to make sure that he's eating healthy is so hard. Like, because he can't just take another peanut butter and jelly sandwich, because peanut butter and jelly is like the worst thing you could do for your sugars. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and put that there. Can we manage that? I think we can manage that. Probably go the other way. So yeah, being able to have some healthy options for myself and for him, it's really important for us, you know what I mean? So, highly recommend it. Alright, so, I actually need to get more lighting, I think, for over here. I'm going to sew this third across, and then we'll sew this down. I really wish I had a button, or like a foot pedal. I've seen streamers with the foot pedal, so that way I could just like automatically zoom the camera down. There are very few things I've encountered for Factor that I don't like. Their seafood options are usually top notch, yeah. And you know what I like? I know I'm talking a lot about our sponsor, but it's legitimately a good sponsor, and I'm happy about it. There is the gourmet options, right? So, like, there's some steak options and stuff like that you can do. But, you know, to me, they are just as appealing as the normal recipes. So it isn't like they're locking the very good recipes behind the paywall of adding all of that. And then they also have plenty of, like, good add-ons and stuff for, like, breakfast and power drinks. Like, if you subscribe, I don't think I have the alert on. I should probably add that. I'll have to do it next stream. But if you do use my link and get a box, you get 2 power drinks added to every box for the life of your subscription. So that's pretty cool. Because I know a lot of people are really big into those protein drinks and stuff. I'm trying to cut my sugar, so I'm not really doing those right now. Though I am trying to get back to the gym. I haven't been in 4 months. And you guys will remember that I tried to go 2 or 3 weeks ago, and my fat ass, I got on the first machine. It was a leg press, and I fucking pulled my back muscle. Man, I thought I threw my back out. It hurt so much. It was just silly. It was so silly. So I haven't been back since I pulled my back out, and I need to go. But I'm trying to like stretch and kind of get a little bit of my strength back before going. Because I don't want to do that again. Because that's so silly. Because it wasn't even like I was pushing or trying or exerting very much energy. It was just one of those things that, you know, I just kind of stretched the wrong way as I was doing my press. And that was all. That's all she wrote. I love these sew tights, guys. If we can manage to get custom sew tights made for us, that would be fantastic. Because I love these things. They save my hands for the grip. And it's such a satisfying, like, could you imagine a Sandrasa berry? Like, come on. Come on. We need a Sandrasa berry. It's the best damn emotes on Twitch, okay? I do get those every once in a while to splurge. How do you like them? I haven't tried them. Do you like them okay? Do you like them? I'm very intrigued. Oh, man. Dang it. I hate that. Like, the first quilty knot that I get to on a new hexie and it knots. And that's what I get for having too long of a string. Because if you guys remember, I'm not supposed to have a string longer than your forearm, right? If you have a string or a thread longer than your forearm, that's when it gets knotted. That's 90% of the time why things knot, is because your thread was too long. This one is still a little too long, but I think it's more manageable. And thankfully, at least it was at the end and not the middle of the third. I know you guys can't really see the thread very well because I'm using a very fine needle, and you can kind of see it. I'm using Aurifil. I should reach out to them too and see if they have little like samples for the English paper piecing. That would be nice. Little goodies and stuff to go in the make and take bags. It's almost like I'm getting the hang of running a professional business. Guys, I don't know what I'd do if I got the FedEx Small Business Grant. If I got one of those, I mean, I know what I would do, but like, how freaking crazy would that be? I'd be so excited. Here's something that I can share with you guys that isn't redacted. I also have been away because I had surgery during spring break. Okay, what the hell? That should have been like the first thing. Like, hey, I'm back. I had surgery. Like, what happened? Are you okay? Gosh dang it. What happened, Mouse? You gotta tell me. You can't just drop that you had surgery and then not tell me what the fuck happened. Right? But what I can, rewinding a little bit back. Something that I can share with you guys that isn't redacted is that I am in the process of finding a printer over in the UK. I've got 2 people in England and in Scotland who I'm sending packets of my patterns to, and they're going to be taking them around to different printers and shopping around to see the prices, so I can then get things printed. And I'm setting up a deal with a friend who lives in Scotland to kind of use some of her studio space. I'd rent out some studio space for inventory. And then she'd be like my handler, right? She'd ship it out to distributors and things like that. You had a cyst removed, but because of the type, it had to be removed. Oh, Jesus. Dude, I'm sorry, Mouse. You okay? You feeling better now that it's been removed? It's not cancerous, is it? Or is it still out for testing? So yeah, business is a little bit crazy right now. The healing process is a nuisance. Ugh. I'm sorry. Do you have to go into a wound clinic or anything? Because I had kind of something similar done, like, a long time ago on my stomach. And I had to go into the wound care clinic, and they had to, like, take care of it every week. It's not cancerous. Okay, I gotcha. Well, I'm glad it wasn't cancerous, and I'm glad they got it out quickly. That's awesome. I'm very thankful for that much, at least. But yeah, wouldn't it be freaking cool to have my stuff in Scotland and England? I'd be so stoked. I'd be so stoked. We've been trying to get over there for the best part of like 6 months. Been trying to get in with like some of the QVCs of crafting over there in the UK. They're kind of, that's like their thing out there. But things kind of just didn't work out with either of the companies. No, I had stitches taken out, but it's still healing. Yeah, there's more to it. Yeah. Well, and you gotta remember, Mouse, I'm an empathic person. So when people describe painful things or very emotional things, I'm the kind of person that feels it. Right? Not as intensely as you do or as you experience, but it's like an echo imprint on me. And so, you know, I have to be prepared to receive that kind of information, to not have it like just knock me over, right? I've had that happen where somebody just randomly starts talking about it and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you just did that to me. I'm so angry at you. You know what I mean? Music is really nice. But yeah, I'm glad they got it out, and I'm glad you're in the healing process. That's at least something to be thankful for. The wellness shots are not for everyone, admittedly, but I like them. Oh, okay, I usually get the variety packs. The cayenne ones are probably my favorite. Cayenne? Really? Really? So is it like spicy, or is it just cayenne because of the healing components or whatever for cayenne? God, you've got me curious now. Hey, honey, you feel better? Good. Okay, I got my quilter's knot. Now I get to go up the side. So you guys see how I have that? I just sewed that, and we're gonna go up this way. I already have my mental breakdown so far, but right now I'm in a calm state to just go about my day for the next 2 months to let it heal. That's good. That's good. I've actually had to start taking CBD gummies. Where did my other piece go? There you go. To try and help me sleep and calm a little bit of the anxiety in my brain. Because obviously, with a list like this... What do you mean, Sandrasa? What do you mean you can't sleep? Oh, no, I just have too many thoughts on my brain. It's kind of a nuisance, to be fair. But yeah, it's been interesting taking the CBD. I've never really done... Like, I did pot in college, and it's a very different experience, because obviously you're smoking it or whatever. So taking the CBD, I was very trepidatious, because I was one of those kind of people that... I don't like having... the weird feeling in my head and feeling distorted or not myself, right? So, but I'm not upset about the gummies, I guess, and they don't really affect me, which is nice. So, not affect me in a bad way, I guess is what I mean. You know, back when I was trying to work with the doctor on getting my weight under control and all of that, we were doing different medicines on top of the diet and the exercise. And man, I tell you, for 2 years, it felt like I was either hugely sick or I was losing my mind. And I'm not key or kosher for that, right? And the one thing we did find that works is the Ozempic shit, you know, the stuff that gives you the bubble butt. And, you know, Hollywood's using it and all that other stuff. So I couldn't really use it past like the first sample month because, you know, who's got $1,000 extra lying around a month to pay for something like that? You know what I mean? Our healthcare system, man, I tell you, it's so broken. So fucking broken. Hate it. There you go. Sometimes I think I need like a treadmill right here, one of those walking treadmills. Because I'm just standing here anyway. It's like I could just be walking. But I feel like the bump would be a little nauseating for hand sewing. I feel like that would be bad. Would definitely take some getting used to not like bob all over the place. mom is only using Mizuno because she can get it through the hospital since she works there. Well, that's nice. That's awesome. Yeah, my mom actually, she's diabetic, and she's lost about 60, 70 pounds. They upped her Wellbutrin and a couple other things, and you ever drink kombucha before? It's some of the warming sensation when you drink them. It's kind of like that, but the cayenne ones are from me. Oh. See, now I do kombucha every once in a while to help with my gut health. But, I can't do, like, the fully organic, da-da-da-da-da. Like, that stuff is too strong. I found a kombucha that I like. It's not as strong. She lost a lot of weight, so she's been off it, but it helped her health good. That's awesome. I figure, you know, once we hit it big, you know, with the quilting and everything, then I can afford to have better insurance, and then I can try again. You know, if I haven't been able to wrangle this all on my own with, you know, limiting my diet and exercise and that kind of thing, then we can try again with a new doctor. But, you know, it's one of those things where you get to a point with your doctor, and, you know, she literally said, well, there's nothing more we can do. You could try and do surgery, but because all these other things aren't working for you and you're still having these problems, you'll be back in 2 years, still, you'll have gained all the weight back, you'll be malnourished, and then I gotta fix it. Like, oh, well, thank you for that vote of confidence. That makes me feel good. You love the organic, the stronger the better? See, I can't do it. The kind of stuff that's so strong you gotta plug your nose and take, like, a shot. Yeah. No, thank you. I tried that. That was, like, the first stuff that I tried. It was way too much. Though, I might want to think about getting one every once in a while to try and help with, the stress. I'm trying to be very preemptive and proactive about everything. But yeah. Whoo, you get this light on you for long enough and you start to sweat. Like, I was cold when I came down here. And, like, now I'm, like, feeling like, oh, man, I wish I was in, like, a t-shirt, not this long sleeve. We've actually been in the middle, because normally I do my hand sewing over at the computer desk, but we've swapped cameras around because we're starting to record videos and stuff like that. And so I asked Oshemi, I'm like, hey, Oshemi, how can we add 2 more cameras to the setup? And he kind of looked at me like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I can't. I'm like, well, what do you mean? We could just buy another camera. No, I can't. There's not enough, like, resource on your computer with more equipment. With more equipment and more money. You've been buying some of the equipment, though, used. So we're slowly but surely getting there. But he's gonna have to do, like, this whole computer programming Crestron system. Man, I'm gonna be the fanciest ass streamer on Twitch. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have, like, Crestron tablets everywhere where all I have to do is, like, press a button and it changes my camera scenes and all that shit. Like, wouldn't that be cool? That'd be so neat. This is gonna be a huge production studio at some point. Oshemi and I were talking, it's like, man, you should just, like, do one of those creator spaces where you rent a building and you have all these different studios made up for people to do YouTube recordings and streams and stuff like that. Like, that'd be cool. I'm like 10 devices shy of having the full setup. Yeah, but, like, how much more money is that? Those 10 devices, my dear. How much more money is 10 devices? Because I feel like you've been buying the more inexpensive stuff right now. And, you know, it's a matter of getting those last 10 might be the most expensive steps. And then you gotta, oh shit, I dropped my thread. Then you gotta find the time. Like, when the hell do you have any time? I know, I just licked the eye of my needle, but that's what you do. It attracts the fiber through the eye. I know, like, all the grandmothers out there would lick, like, the end of the thread and then try and stick it through the eye, but that was, like, the worst thing. Because, you know, the thread would swell because it's a fiber and it absorbs the moisture, and you're just making it thicker. You're making it a thick boy. Like the eye of the needle. It's just going to attract your fabric in and want to suck it through. Now, if I could just do a quilter's knot that didn't suck, I'd be good. You're like 10, yeah, they're like 150 and 400 each. Yeah. That's still not too bad. That's not as bad as like some of your stuff. Some of your equipment's like 10,000 each, right? Like that's some of the big hardware things. Oh man, did I really give myself a knot there? Dang it. Oh, I just did that one. I gotta swap. Okay, so we've got 2. Let's get this third one down. When I'm done with stream here, I'm gonna reprint my pattern, get that set up, and then go up and do some more hand sewing. And hopefully, I'll be another 20 down. Nothing I'm planning on getting unless I'm going to rent myself out and build a full studio. Isn't that what I just said you should do? We've been talking about that. I think that would be, you know, honestly, I was just talking with Amanda, and she's doing that cohort for the Creative Sparks thing, and she doesn't know what she's gonna do for studio setup. You know what I mean? Because, you know, she doesn't have the space in her condo. If they ever have the live green wellness shots, those would probably be more your taste. Okay. That sounds different. I am a big fan of spinach drinks. Like, there's one I make in the blender. It's coconut milk, spinach, mango, chia seeds, and there's another thing that I can't remember. I need around 200K just for the equipment, not to mention the money for a space. I mean, that's where you make your proposal and, you know, honestly, you should look up to see if there are creator spaces around first. If there, because this is Denver. There's got to be somebody having a creator space to rent out, right? And if not, like, that's a huge opportunity right there. You could do a business proposal and get the funding for it. But I don't know if that's something that we actually want to do and manage, right? It's a good opportunity, but it's a lot of damn work. Though you know how to do the programming to be able to set it up for like key cards and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, just a thought. This music is so silly. Okay, wrap, 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 wrap. Okay. Snip, snip, potato chip. Yeah, man, that's the one thing. I need to get some less strong magnets. Because these are like the heavy duty and they're so overkill for what I do. Like, I like how flat it keeps it. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's so strong. I might have to actually look up that, I have the cookbook here that has that goddess green spinach drink with the mango. Because I have a fresh mango sitting on my counter. I should probably pick up the stuff and make that so I'm not wasting the mango. Though, then I think I'm, like, missing the point with those. Because, like, aren't you then using, like, losing a lot of the nutrition? And it's more sugar? I don't know. Nutrition's funny. The way food works in our bodies is funny. But yeah, I have my list of to-dos now. I think I feel better having it all written out, and I have a planner that I will sit and kind of write. It's a business planner. It's called the Maker's Toolkit or Yearbook or something like that. And each day, instead of like having like a blank space for you to write what's going on that day, which I wish it did have a little bit of that, it has a to-do list each day of the three most important things to do that day. And yeah, I've been using that pretty regularly this year. I'm pretty happy with it. It has a nice section at the beginning and the end of the month for what your goals are, brain dumping, how much you have expenses coming out, how can you make that money, are you going to pay yourself, what works, that kind of thing. And then at the end of the month, you reflect on it. What was my biggest seller for the month? What was my worst? Did things work out this month? And it kind of like really helps you kind of analyze what you're doing from month to month instead of like looking back at it from a year perspective and going, oh, I didn't really get much done this year, did I? Or, oh shit, I owe the IRS like $100,000. Fuck. You know what I mean? So. My activity feed is just now registering. The Deadly Mouse did the Hexy refund. Or, not the refund, but yeah. That's so funny. Man, I feel like I'm going to have to do a clean of my computer. I feel like I have too many recordings and too many large Adobe files on my computer. And it's just kind of clogging me up and slowing me down. Because I think, Shemi, don't I have like a 3080 or something? I have a pretty decent graphics card in this machine now. It's not a 40 series, and it sure as hell isn't a 50 series. Like, I heard that leaked the other day. Holy moly. One, two, three, four. 4 wraparounds for my quilty knot. And I didn't screw it up. Yay! Trim the tail a little. I hate having long toes. You have a AMD 6950. That's right. That's right. I didn't go with a 30 series. We went with the AMD. Are you happy with how my computer's performing for everything that we're doing with it? I will say that when we do recordings, I need to replace this camera, this face camera. Because when I did the FedEx Small Business Grant, I used this camera for my recording. And man, when you blow it up to the full screen, it looks like dog shit. It's fine for this small screen. You know what I mean? And we've got the Hudley to do the high def for this. But, you know, when I uploaded it as a private video for YouTube, it was like a 360 quality. It was really bad. It's not going to be good enough for classes, I think. We'd have to test it out with just a regular recording and not compressing it to another editing software. Because I wasn't using a very good editing software. I was just using an easy one. So, that might have something to do with it. Almost got this hexie done. And then I can say I got something done, guys. Besides the giant list of anxiety. I think this is a manageable list for the important things that I do need to focus on. You know what I mean? Whether or not we get this done, that's up in the air. But everything else that's like super important, I think we can manage that. Because I have plenty of hexagons and units that are extra from tutorials and extra projects that I think we can cover it without doing much. You know what I mean? 2, 3, 4. So, Mouse, how much longer are you on break on your leave? Are you just till the end of the week, or what's your timeline looking like? I'm trying to ask and see if I'm going to see you anymore this week, or if tonight's like the rarity until summer. You're not on leave? Well, but you're taking a mental health break, right? You're still busy? Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming by even though you were still busy. I appreciate that. One, two, three, four. How many more years of school do you have? You have like 2 more, right? You're in your 2nd year this year? I looked at your schedule and I should still be able to look and pop in. Nice! I would love that. I would love that. I've missed your face. It's good to see you. Like, it's really important that you're, you know, working on your school and you're getting things done so you can have that good career and make that big money and, you know, have a good life, you know, and that's really important. That's the most important thing. But I still miss your face and it's good to see you. I have 1 more year after this. Oh my god, you're doing an accelerated program. That's right. Shit, man. We had a scientist in here earlier. I don't think they're lurking anymore, but you would have liked them. They were interesting. Pretty sure they've been around because they didn't have the first time chatter. But you know me and my goldfish brain, I can't remember if it's been too long since I've seen somebody. I can't remember certain details, you know what I mean? But yeah, but they were scientists doing a chemistry experiment. I think this is the last side. I think this is the last side. I'm so excited. Technically not an accelerated program, but due to my associate's degree from my high school. That's right. That's right. You big smart brain. You big smart brain. Oh my god. Talk about smart brains. Okay, you guys know Bug. Those of you who've been around here forever, you know Bug, and you know she's almost to middle school, right? She's getting big. She's she's officially in the Gifted and Talented program. I'm really proud of her for that, right? Because we've been trying to get that since like 1st grade, honestly. It's been really nutty. There we go. Got it. All right, is that the last? Okay, yeah. We got it! Yeah! Look at that. All nice and neat. All right, I'm gonna swap over everything and we can talk over there because I need to sit and get a little more hydration. Hydration is key. Okay, where are you? That's the problem with having 4 monitors to have to track my mouse all over the place with. All right, there we go. Let's get out of that scene. I need to like actually set up my Go XLR. There we go. There we go. Hold on, uno momento. There we go. That should be the other mic. That should work. Chemistry, that's my whole emphasis with my forensic degree. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But yeah, so Bug, that light's on the back. Let me turn it off. I'm trying not to blind you all. The Bug is... Am I very quiet? How's that? Is that better? I'm trying not to turn it up too high because that's how we got the buzz the last time, remember? Is that a little better? Better? Okay. We'll just do just a little bit. You let me know if you hear that buzz, Oshami. She got in trouble today. Little Bug. She's in the Gifted and Talented program. We know that. She's been doing really great. She's at a 10th grade reading level for a 5th grader. Like, holy hell, man. You know what I mean? But she got in trouble. Today was the start of the state testing. And she's had this thing for the last 2 or 3 years where she loves to read. And she will read during other subjects. And it hasn't ever really been a huge problem before because she's really smart. She picks up things really fast. She's already been like accelerated, things like that. But it's getting to the point now where she's starting to miss on things, and then she gets frustrated because she can't do the thing because she wasn't paying attention because she was reading during the instructions, right? So it's becoming a thing. And so today, they're starting the test, and the teacher told the class that state rules with the test is you can't draw, you can't read after you're done with your section, right? And of course, Bug gets it done in 20 minutes. It's a 90-minute test, and she gets it done in 20 minutes. She doesn't go back. If she doesn't check her answers, that's on her, whatever, right? She gets it done really fast, and she goes to read a book. And she's, like, told, no, you can't read a book. This is where the problem is and where I'm getting upsetty spaghetti about it with her. She kind of threw a little bit of a temper tantrum and protested and made a scene and was disruptive to the other kids during the test. Enough so that the teacher felt she needed to reach out and have it, like, dealt with. And this is the kind of thing that we've talked about over and over and over again. Like, you can't be reading during your classes. You can't be reading during the other subjects. You can read at home. You can read during reading. All that other stuff. She's in book club, for God's sake. Right? But for some reason, she can't control herself. Like, so she got grounded. Night, man. She got grounded for a month. For a month now. And this is where I feel like I'm being a little extreme. Because it's only, like, her reading during class or whatever. But she got grounded for a month from her gaming systems. And she has to go to bed at 8 o'clock now instead of like 8:30 on the weekdays and 9 o'clock on the weekend. And holy hell, do I feel terrible. But it's one of those things where I've told her time and again, like, hey, we can't do, like, I've grounded her for a week. I've grounded her for whatever. And she just keeps doing it, and it's becoming a problem. So, like, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I wanted to share because that happened today and I had to vent about it. Yeah. She's 11 going on 17. Like, man, the sass is building in that one. But yeah. So we've been going for 2 hours, my friends. We've gotten a lot of progress. Does Bug read at home at all or only at school? Oh, she reads all the time at home. That's one of the main things she loves to do. She loves to read. Like, she reads like she drinks water. Like, we drink water, she reads. I get her books at the book fair, and she's read them before we even get home. And these aren't just, like, light little picture books. These are, like, thick chunkers that are, like, middle school level reads. And she just sucks through them. New here, but sorry, but what does her teacher expect her to do for an hour after she finished her test? Right? Like, at one point, I can't... And the thing is it's not her rule and it's not her policy. It's a state test. So it's the state's rule. You know what I mean? And honestly, for any of the other students, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. They might be, like, putting their head down for 5 to 10 minutes. But Bug read... She got it done in 20 minutes. It's a 90-minute test. You know, we've tried to talk about, hey, you should probably take some time and, like, go over your answers and everything. But she's the kind of person that, no, it's done. I got it. I don't have to check it. I agree with Sky because we were allowed to have a book to read during state testing in my state. Yeah, same here. Same here. But I don't know what it is about this that they've changed the policy. It doesn't seem fair, does it? Like, if you have a pencil for taking the test anyway, why can't you draw on a blank piece of paper? Right? Like, yeah. No, I don't disagree with you, Sky. I don't disagree with you at all. And honestly, I wouldn't be so frustrated about the situation if it wasn't one of those things where she threw a temper tantrum because she couldn't get her way and she was being purposefully disruptive to the other students. Like, she's kind of, like, developing this attitude, I I don't want to say superiority complex, because it's one of those things that I've talked with her gifted teacher about, right? And I'm like, Bug is really great when she has a student, like, when they have to be teamed up. And you know how I feel about team projects and stuff like that. You know, somebody always gets stuck doing all the thing. You know what I mean? And it's always just not fair. But when Bug is put with somebody that she knows is struggling in that subject, or what they're doing, she is so patient and she is so kind and she teaches and is helpful, right? But when she's put with a teammate that she knows that they know they're just being lazy or they're not at her level, like, she's getting this level of like, no, I'm just gonna do it myself. Or she'll just read her book and ignore her partner in the project. Like, that's the problem, is when she's ignoring the project and the partner. You know what I mean? Because she's being a little snot. So it's just kind of trying to keep the balance. I went through the same when I was her age. I acted out in situations when I knew it was mainly unfair towards me. Yeah, well, and that's why it was such a big push to, like, officially get her into the Gifted and Talented program, because now she won't have to be in a normal class. She can be put in, because she's going to middle school, she can be put into class with other accelerated kids and have a teacher that's specifically geared to them, right? Because right now, the school's doing a really good job of bringing in an extra teacher that takes aside the gifted kids and does extra things and does, you know, more accelerated stuff with them, but it's in their classroom in small breaks. I get the temper tantrum is not acceptable, but reading quietly, not distracting the other people, sounds like a good way to pass the time, especially during test times. Yeah, I don't disagree. Those state tests are when I was able to read the longest, fattest books, and I loved it. Yeah. Well, and, you know, it's one of those things where I think it's just kind of getting to that, like, enough is enough point with it, because, you know, she's not just reading at her desk, like, the book she's brought her from the library, but also during computer time. Like, it doesn't matter what subject, she's not paying attention, and it's just becoming a problem. Yeah, so it's just one of those things that, you know, will I keep her grounded for the whole month? Probably not. Like, but at the same time, I feel like I need to, like, I said something and I need to stand by it, or else I'm not standing by my word. Does that make sense? And it's one of those things where, you know, I'm divorced and my ex-husband is on the other side of the country. And so Bug gets to go see him during breaks and things like that. But when we were together, I was always the bad parent, right? Because I was always the disciplinarian and the one who put structure in and all that kind of thing. And now I'm in a situation now with Oshemi where we're a team and we're both, you know, on the same page about structure and everything and keeping consistency and bedtimes and all that. But when she goes, she just got back not that long ago from spring break. And whenever she comes back, she doesn't have structure out there. Like, my ex isn't trying to be a parent, he's trying to be a friend kind of situation. So I know that that doesn't help either, because she goes from a situation where she didn't have to listen and she could just do whatever she wanted all day to now, oh, now I'm back in with the rules. Now I'm back in with the structure. Now I'm back in. And so it's just, it's kind of hard to kind of find that balance. Is grounding her from tech really the right answer, though? If she's reading books as the problem, when grounding her from the non-school books, be better punishment? So that's where I kind of have to balance that, because I don't want to ground her from books because I don't want to turn her off of reading, right? And, you know, she loves video games. She's always wanted to be a video game designer and all that kind of stuff. And that's like the one thing that I can do that actually like has some sort of weight to it. Like, it's a weight of, you know, this is something you love and I know you love it and I love sharing this with you and talking about video games and stuff, but Like, I am serious about this. I'm tired. 3 years, I'm tired of having the same conversation of, you need to listen to your teachers, and you need to listen and pay attention. It's a hard one. No, don't be sorry at all. Like, I appreciate being able to be honest and vocal, and be able to get some feedback, because it's a hard thing. I just remembered about a fact about my academics that would make someone at my middle school age, but I didn't see a problem with it. I feel like there's a whole imbalance with gifted programs. Wouldn't just banning books from home books to school a better solution, but she isn't so tempted to be distracted. Yeah. And it's one of those things, even if I could, like, would it really make an imprint? You know what I mean? Because, like, I can't tell her teacher, hey, she's banned from books. Right? And then, right? I don't know. She doesn't bring them from home. She reads on the PCs at school or the books at school. Yeah, or the books from the library. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. She doesn't... Honestly, the books at home, she reads, and then she puts it back up on our shelf because she's read it in 30 minutes, and then she'll reread them, and she'll go back through. But she's one of those kids that it's like a photographic memory. She's been reading since she was 3.5. She taught herself how to read. Like, I didn't teach her how to read. That's like how crazy of a brain she's got, right? So, yeah. I just don't know how, like, because we've had these conversations, and she's a very mature young lady, and we've had these, and she understands, and when I ask her, it's like, why did you do that? You know that you're gonna get in trouble, and she's like, I don't know. I'm like, but Elaine, you do know. I know you know. Like, you tell me. Like, don't give me the I don't know thing. Like, you're too smart, and we have these conversations too often for you to give me that I don't know thing, right? So, it might be one of those situations where, you know, I'll give it a week and reevaluate how things are going. See how she does with school. Keep in check with the teacher and see how everything is. And if she's not reading and being disruptive and being disrespectful, then, you know, maybe I lighten the sentence. I was not in the gifted program, but I was an avid reader, and it often caused me issues in school because I was reading the books I wanted to read instead of reading the books school told me to read. I could get that. I was an avid, like, it's so funny because I was such an avid reader in school, and I don't really read very much anymore just because I don't have the time. Like, Oshemi and Oshemi will listen to a lot of audiobooks because he drives a lot of different places for work, and I just don't have the time. Because my hands are always busy with sewing and patterns and things like that. But I do remember reading a lot of books that my school provided, but also reading, like, all of my other books, like Lord of the Rings and Narnia and Fountainhead and things like that. So it wasn't... My problem in school wasn't, you know, that kind of stuff. My problem was I never did the homework. Like, my grades would have been so much better if I had actually just done the homework. You had the same reads too much in class all through high school. It wasn't in the gifted, though. If I'd applied myself, you'd graduated at 15. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I have a lot of friends who do podcasts. They'll listen to podcasts while they sew and quilt and craft and stuff. And I've thought about it. So usually what I end up doing, because I have a 3-year-old who's almost 4. So if I don't have music on in the background, it's usually some sort of Blippy or some sort of, you know, educated program or just Baby Shark. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm trying to run a small business and do meetings and bookwork and stuff, so I'm not always the best attentive parent. But yeah. Oshemi and I've actually talked about, there's one book series that he's gotten me hooked into. I think we made it through book 3 or 4 on our road trip to Chicago last year, because it was a 37-hour drive one way. But it's He Who Fights with Monsters. I don't know what kind of books you guys are into, but I highly recommend that series. They finished book 10 recently, and I'm not that far. I think I'm only on book 4, right, Oshemi? The best book series ever. Yeah, Oshemi has listened to this series over and over and over again. He loves it so much. Forget Baby Shark. 4 is not too young to start on the Lord of the Rings. Right? Oh my gosh, get the animated series in there. Like, man, I love the animated Hobbit. That was my favorite. That was my favorite. That and, like, Muppets. I'm a huge Muppet fan. You know, honestly, like, we don't sit down and watch movies very often because we just don't have much time, but Bug has watched all the prequels of Star Wars. We haven't actually gotten her to watch... We haven't sat down to watch the rest of Star Wars, or Indiana Jones, or Back to the Future, or Ghostbusters, or Lord of the Rings, or... For God's sake, Oshemi, we're slacking. We gotta start doing movie night. My favorite book series as a kid was The Magic Tree House. I've never heard of that. Oh my god, Rankin and Bass are amazing. Yes! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I love you. I love that you know that. See, I'm a huge animation nut on top of everything else, on top of being a nerd and a crafter and all that other stuff, but I love, love, love animation. And I find it very fascinating to see the kind of animation that Rankin and Bass did for, you know, Frosty the Snowman and, you know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And then you get things like The Hobbit. Like, holy crap. And then the Last Unicorn, like, that was a Rankin and Bass. Like, didn't the last of the two just passed away, I think, like a year or two ago, I think, right? Like, they were huge pioneers in animation, man. Forget Disney. Yeah. I think my favorite series right now, we just finished watching it, was from Vizzy Pop, The Hell of a Boss. I don't know if you've seen that, Sky. It's very adult-oriented, but it's hilarious. And I love that it's such a change in animation style. Because, like, as much as I love Rebecca Sugar and Steven Universe and everything, God, guys, I usually stop in 2 hours, but you guys got me talking, and it's been, like, 2.5 hours now. Look at me. But, yeah, so that's a conversation we'll have to have. But, yeah, so I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do for Bug in the long run. Last Unicorn is my favorite. I'm actually planning on a lady. Oh, thank you for following, Sky. I appreciate that. Planning on a Lainey Elefina cosplay for the... I couldn't get into the Hell of a Boss, but I can't really get into 2 shows right now. Yeah, well, you're busy, Mouse. You're busy with, you know, your college and being almost done and everything. Hell of a Boss was funny. We actually have to go back and finish. Like, I watch snippets here and there without Oshami, and then I know things. It's like with Critical Role. I don't know if any of you guys have watched Critical Role or any of the campaigns, but, like, we made it through, like, I think episode 70 of the first campaign and, like, episode 20 of the second campaign, and we haven't even really gotten to sit past, like, episode 2 of the third campaign. There's just not enough time. Not enough time in the day. By the time we're done with the kids, and then I stream 3 nights a week right now, and then work... I'm lucky if I'm going to bed at 1 o'clock, and then I'm up at, like, 5:30 again. Oh, thank you, Mouse. Thank you for gifting that to Sky. Sky, you are now part of the Quilty crew. Welcome. Congratulations. You now have at your fingertips some of the best emotes on Twitch. I am totally not biased at all, but they are freaking adorable. So, yeah. Welcome. Thank you, Mouse. I appreciate you, dear. I'm glad I get to see you for a couple days this week. I've missed your face. I missed your face. But yeah, guys, I actually do have to go to bed. Or I say go to bed, but I'm probably just going to go up and, like, sit and hand sew and watch Neebs or something. So many great shows, so little time. Yes! Oh, and forget the streaming war crap, right? I'm so over the streaming shit. We actually just took our cable box out. We just took our cable box out, and because that saves us $65 a month. Because we don't even turn it on. We don't, like, I got it for football.
I didn't even watch a single game this year. I'm such a huge football nut. Like, go Raiders. But that's like, why pay for something we're not using? You know, the only things we watch that aren't football is the Masked Singer and Lego Masters. And those I can watch on TV or on YouTube or whatever. We went cableless about 3 years ago. Yeah. We were trying to, but like football, you couldn't really watch it anywhere else. And, you know, we actually were getting a pretty good deal. I want to go to bed too. You watch Blacklist on Netflix? Alright, Mouse is going to go to bed too. I'm going to go up and do some hand sewing. You guys are freaking awesome. I say it all the time, but Quilty Crew is the best crew. I know we're a small community, but we're a tight-knit community. You guys, alright, here's something I want to talk about. You guys go, and if you're not part of the Discord, I highly recommend going and being part of the Discord. I am going to start doing community events. Because alright, the Discord's kind of quiet, right? It's hard for me to juggle a Discord on top of everything else. But I want to change that. Like, I love us hanging out here, and I love us having community things and talking. But I want to do this in the Discord as well. Like, I would love to have a craft night or craft day, like once a month, sitting in the Discord, having our cameras on or not, whatever people are comfortable with, and just hanging out and talking about shit, right? Like having sewing beans and stuff. So, go join the Discord, keep an eye out. I think I'm planning on the 13th of this month of having that. I have to actually take a look at my calendar and figure out. The 13th is a Saturday. So yeah, we'll look at doing it on a Saturday on 13th and all that, and yeah. So anyway, welcome. I'm glad you found me too, Sky, and thank you again for, you know, talking with me and being very... Not everybody can be as, I don't want to say civil, but just like as open to a conversation like that, because it can be kind of like a defensive thing. Like, I'm talking about my kid, I'm talking about how I'm raising them, and, you know, all that. It can be kind of like... But anyway, you guys have a great night, and I will see you Wednesday. We're going to be working some more on convention prep, because, man, I got my work cut out for me. Good night, y'all. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.